Hey, what's up? It's Jared with State of Tech. Today we are going to take a look at a smartwatch. This smartwatch is so cheap that they didn't even bother naming it. Look at the box. Oh. That's what you get when you power it up, by the way. So this is the box that it came in. It has little to no branding on it at all. It just says smartwatch, has a sticker on the top and a couple of photos that don't, or graphics that don't even have a photo or an image of what the watch does inside of it. So this watch is like just not branded whatsoever. So when you power the watch up, and I've paired it to my phone and everything, so I'll talk a little bit about that. But I've also discovered a few things about this watch that are interesting, so we're going to try them on the fly and see how they go. So this watch has, typically it's supposed to have the time and everything here. It's all zeroed out right now, but perhaps it's got to reconnect to my, it's connected to my phone. So let's open up the Bluetooth notification app, and let's just make sure that everything's connected. The Bluetooth notification app is something that you're going to need. You could find it in the Play Store. This watch actually will work with an iPhone as well, with a little bit of limited functionality, but I found that it on Android it seems to have the most functionality. So this watch by all means is not that fantastic of a watch. It's just something fun to kind of nerd out on, and that's what I've been doing here today so far. So this app, BT Notifications, which you can get in the Play Store, it's a free app, and it helps you connect the smartwatch. The smartwatch will connect via Bluetooth. All you have to do is swipe over to the app screen, which isn't really happening for me right now. It's supposed to, but it's not. None of the touch is helping actually right now, which is really funny. So obviously there are problems. There we go. Okay, now we can swipe. And Bluetooth, and you need Bluetooth visibility to be turned on. And then once you do that, you can connect it using the Bluetooth settings in your actual phone. So I could tap on the phone here with these Bluetooth together, and I can actually place a call. So I'm just going to call 611 and hit OK to dial. And it's going to use my phone and connect. It's pretty neat. So it actually works for Bluetooth calls, and it even does work for text messages and whatnot as well. So what's interesting about this watch is that it has a couple of features that weren't readily noticeable to me at first. It has a selfie camera, so I could actually swipe through to the camera feature and turn that on and point the watch at myself, which this is a hard, my face fills the screen. It's not a very good crop here. It allows me to zoom in, but I don't want to do that. I want to be zoomed out as far as possible, and I could take a picture. So I went ahead and just took a picture, and I did have to actually put in a micro SD card into the watch. On the back plate, you could pull the back plate off in the battery, and there's a micro SD card slot. What's really interesting about this watch that I didn't notice at first is that it also has a SIM card slot. So what I'm going to try and do here is actually, I'm going to close the camera, hit the back button, and we'll go back to the home screen here. It does have a button on the side. I haven't found that the crown actually does anything yet, but it does have a home button on the side. And then on this side, it has a micro USB charger. So I'm going to pull the SIM card out of this phone really quickly here. So we'll go ahead and pop out that SIM. This is a micro SIM, or a nano SIM, so I'm going to have to use an adapter to make that SIM card fit. So I'm going to pull off the back plate, pull out the battery. You can see right in here is where the micro SD card, or the small SD card goes, and then right next to that is where you would put in a SIM card. So I'm going to take my SIM card and put it into an adapter so that it will fit, and then pop the little lock off here and slide the SIM card in. Put it right into place. And lock that back in. Take our battery and put our battery in the watch and the cover back on it. There we go. power it back up, we'll be greeted by that nice little musical intro. Completely interesting. So it says connecting now. It did reconnect to my phone. It says sync date and time with remote device. I could tap on yes, and it's actually pulling the date and the time from this phone. However, I'm going to power down this phone so that way it is not connected. So now it is disconnected from the device here. So I'm going to have to kind of go into my settings and see if there's a way for me to, let's just try and make a call and see what happens. I'm going to do 611 and see if I get any options. Doesn't seem like it's doing anything so far, so I'm going to need to go back. The instruction booklet that came with this little watch does absolutely nothing. Okay, now it says insert SIM, so it's giving me a message that says insert SIM. Well, I do have a SIM installed, so I don't know, maybe I need to power this device off and power it back on. So other things that it can control Bluetooth, it can control your music. So if you have a music app opened on your phone, you can use the Bluetooth controls here to control, pause, play, move to the next track, and all that good stuff. There's some basic stuff that it can use. Okay, now it's back in what it's calling company mode, which I believe company mode is more like Bluetooth pairing mode is probably what they're trying to say. But I'm not seeing it getting into any sort of a mode where I can use the SIM card. So if I'm going to just one more time, I'm going to go back into phone settings. I'm going to go into flight mode, and I'm going to put it in normal mode, which is the only thing that gave me that SIM option. And I'll go back, and I'll just hit the home. And again, it says insert SIM, and the SIM card is in there. It's lined up. It fits into that place. So I'm not too sure why it's saying that the SIM is not inserted. It could be perhaps it's the wrong type of SIM card. I don't know. This was a sub $20 smartwatch from China that came with little to no instructions. So it has kind of an Apple Watch look to it. I mean, it's just not a very attractive watch, but at $20, what could you really expect? It's not that uncomfortable to wear. My thoughts with this was it'll be something fun to kind of geek out on. And if it actually did work as a phone, standalone phone with a SIM card in it, it could be something that you can wear or keep with you when you're maybe on like a backpacking trip or something like that. You don't necessarily want to have like your big phone out all the time. You want to be a little more incognito, and you don't want to spend a lot of money on a smartwatch because of whatever reason, it breaking, it getting stolen, whatever. Like, this is just a interesting little alternative. And it was $20 including shipping on eBay. I'll make sure to put some links in the description below. And then there's also a link to our post on the State of Tech website where I have some photos of this for you to check out, and also some other links that accompany this video as well. So it's definitely really interesting. I didn't know what to expect when I ordered it. I just thought it would be kind of fun to play with a $20 smartwatch from China and see what I was able to get out of it. And so far, it hasn't been much, but it's also been kind of interesting to play with. So I don't know, you find these things and you have to check them out. And that's how I feel about it. It's $20. It's definitely been worth kind of geeking out over. Hey, if you have any questions or thoughts about this little device, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Make sure to subscribe to our channel because we put out lots of videos like this every day, and we want to make sure you get notified when they release. So thanks again for checking out this video, and we hope to see you next time here on State of Tech.